Why are you being racist to other people in other countries? For money, for clout.
I've said it many times. I don't give a f***. I have no morals. I'm a f***ing sociopath. I don't give a f***.
Oh God, Johnny Somali has landed himself in the messiest of situations in South Korea. And honey, when I say messy, I mean catastrophic. He's been arrested, and the entire nation is in an uproar that's louder than a stadium full of K-pop fans. From the very second this troublemaker stepped foot in South Korea, he's been causing more drama than all the Real Housewives franchises combined. But what he did next? It's so shocking, it'll make your false lashes fall off and your jaw hit the floor. You see, sweeties, he decided to target something so sacred, so meaningful, the Statue of Peace. Now, let me educate you about this statue, because it's not just any old monument. This is a deeply moving tribute to the victims of Japanese colonial rule, carrying more emotional weight than a lifetime of Korean dramas combined. This statue represents the pain, the history, and the dignity of an entire nation. But what did our dear friend Johnny do? Brace yourselves, because this is absolutely outrageous. This man, and I use the term man loosely, had the audacity to record himself kissing the statue and performing these completely disrespectful mocking dances around it. Can you believe it? He turned what should have been a moment of solemn reflection into his own personal TikTok studio. The disrespect level is through the roof, darlings. And honey, if you think that's bad, just wait until you hear what happened next. When people started expressing their completely justified outrage, this clout-chasing troublemaker didn't even have the decency to apologize. No. Instead, he saw it as an opportunity for more exposure. The nerve of some people, I swear. It's like he's trying to win a gold medal in the Disrespect Olympics. But hold on to your designer bags, because he wasn't done yet. In a move that had everyone's jaws on the floor, he actually went back to the statue. And what did he do this time? Get this. He started polishing parts of it with oil while making these incredibly offensive remarks. I mean, who does that? The audacity levels are so high, they're breaking through the stratosphere. The public's reaction? Darling, they were absolutely livid. And can you blame them? This wasn't just about disrespecting a piece of art. This was about trampling on the deep cultural and historical pain that this monument represents. Social media exploded faster than a Hollywood celebrity marriage falling apart. Everyone and their mother started tagging South Korean authorities, demanding they take action against this outrageous behavior. And here's the piping hot tea. This wasn't even Johnny's first rodeo with controversy. Back in Japan, he'd already built quite the reputation for himself with similar stunts. But honey, what he did in South Korea, this time he'd pushed things way too far. Then, darlings, things took an even more dramatic turn. Mark your calendars for October 24th, because that's when our troublemaker had what we'll politely call a tense encounter with some locals who were completely fed up with his behavior. And when I say tense, I mean he got attacked. Now, while we never condone violence, violence is never the answer, sweeties. It's pretty clear the community had reached their absolute breaking point with his constant provocations. But wait, there's more drama to unfold. Just 3 days later, on October 27th, yes, 3 days, can you believe it? He found himself in another altercation. This time, it was even more severe, and our attention-seeking friend ended up injured. Honey, when they say karma comes back around, they aren't kidding. It's like watching a train wreck in slow motion, but you just can't look away. Then, just when you thought this couldn't get any more dramatic, a prominent Korean YouTuber entered the picture and turned this whole thing into a full-on manhunt. They offered a reward of 2 million won. That's about $2,000 in US dollars, darlings, for any information about Johnny's whereabouts. Can you imagine having a bounty on your head like some kind of modern-day outlaw? The drama is just too much. But here's where it gets really juicy. Rumors started swirling faster than a tornado that our friend Johnny might be hiding out in a hospital. And then, as if things couldn't get any worse for him, the police started getting reports about alleged drug use. Oh, honey, when it rains, it absolutely pours. And this is turning into a Category 5 hurricane. Now, let me educate you about South Korea's drug laws, because they are not playing around. If these allegations turn out to be true, our friend Johnny could be looking at more than 10 years behind bars. And we're not talking about some cushy celebrity prison, darlings. We're talking serious time. Even if he somehow manages to avoid jail time, which between you and me seems about as likely as finding a designer bag at a dollar store, he's still facing a fine of nearly 995,000 won. But with all the public outrage, I don't think they're going to let him off with just a slap on the wrist and a fine. And here's the cherry on top of this disaster Sunday. Johnny has been officially banned from leaving South Korea. That's right, honey. He's trapped there until every single legal issue is resolved. Talk about being stuck between a rock and a hard place. The walls are closing in faster than last season's fashion trends. But let's spill some more tea about why people are so furious, because this goes way beyond simple bad behavior. This man targeted some of South Korea's most cherished and sacred cultural symbols, and he did it all for what? Social media clout. The combination of his blatant disrespect, potential legal violations, and shameless self-promotion has turned him into public enemy number one. And get this bombshell. Apparently, this isn't even his real identity. Someone did some serious detective work and uncovered that he's actually an Ethiopian Jew, not Somali at all. He apparently chose the name Johnny Somali because he thought it would help him go viral faster. Can you believe the audacity? He's not just disrespecting cultures, he's appropriating identities for clicks. The layers of problematic behavior are stacking up higher than a pile of designer shoeboxes. Now, honey, let me tell you about what might happen if he ends up in prison, because this tea is absolutely scalding. Word on the street, and by street, I mean every social media platform imaginable, is that other prisoners who are well aware of what he's done might not give him the warmest welcome. One Reddit user spilled the tea perfectly. I don't think it's that bad in general, but it won't be nice for Johnny Somali, aka Ramzi Khalid Isma, because of his ethnicity and because other prisoners will know what he has done. Talk about consequences coming home to roost. And darling, let's not forget his history of causing chaos. This man has a track record longer than a CVS receipt. Last year, he created such a scene on a subway that they had to forcibly remove him. Then he went and disrupted a convenience store, bothering both staff and customers. It's like he has a PhD in making people's lives difficult. Every time you think he can't possibly stoop lower, he breaks out a shovel and starts digging. The public reaction to his eventual beatdown? Let's just say sympathy was in shorter supply than designer bags at an outlet sale. One commenter wrote, "He deserved it. He's been acting like a complete idiot. They should throw him out of Korea." Another one got spicier than Korean BBQ, saying, "Every time they attack him, it's just one wimpy punch and a shove. Come on, where's the real action?" The shade of it all is darker than a solar eclipse. Some even started offering advice to would-be vigilantes, with one writing, "Come on, my Korean brothers, be smarter about this. Wait until you're away from the police station, then make it count." Now, obviously, we don't condone violence. We're not savages, darling, but it shows just how fed up people are with his attention-seeking behavior. But here's what makes this situation different from all his previous controversies. This time, he's completely alone. His followers aren't rushing to defend him. They're practically running in the opposite direction faster than celebrities fleeing the paparazzi. It's like watching a social media influencer's career implode in real time. And honey, it's not pretty. Some people are asking why they don't just deport him and be done with it. But sweetie, South Korea isn't playing that game. As one wise soul pointed out, they consider him a flight risk, which is why he's not allowed to leave. They're going to prosecute him fully, and if found guilty, he'll have to serve time. Only after that will they likely deport him and ban him from ever coming back. Talk about burning bridges. He's not just burning them, he's nuking them from orbit. And let's talk about the cultural impact of all this drama, because it's huge. This isn't just about one troublemaker getting his just desserts. It's about sending a message to all those social media stars who think they can disrespect other cultures for views. The Korean public is saying enough, louder than a K-pop concert. Remember those claims that Johnny made about doing this for exposure? Well, darling, he got his exposure all right, just not the kind he was hoping for. His reputation is now more damaged than last season's clearance rack. Even if he somehow manages to wiggle his way out of South Korea, his name is forever going to be synonymous with disrespect and chaos. One commenter summed up the public sentiment perfectly. "I'm against violence, but I wouldn't step in to help him, nor would I pour water on him if he was on fire. Now that's what I call a burn. Adding to this whole mess, his previous stunts in Japan are coming back to haunt him like ghosts at a haunted mansion. People are digging up all his past controversies, and honey, it's not painting a pretty picture. It's like watching someone's entire career go up in flames, and they're the one holding the matches. What's particularly fascinating, in a car crash you can't look away from kind of way, is how his behavior has united people across cultural lines. Japanese and Korean social media users, who don't always see eye to eye, are coming together faster than celebrities at an award show after party to condemn his actions. Now, that's what I call an unexpected plot twist. The legal experts are having a field day with this case. Some are saying it could set a precedent for how countries deal with disrespectful influencers in the future. Could this be the beginning of the end for shock value content creators? Are we finally seeing the consequences of treating other cultures like props for social media content? The implications are bigger than a Real Housewives reunion special. So what do you think, sweeties? Has Johnny Somali finally pushed things too far? Will he manage to slip through the cracks one more time? Or has the world finally reached its breaking point with influencers who think they can get away with anything? The big question remains, how far can someone push boundaries before facing the ultimate consequences? Is this finally the end of Johnny Somali's international stunts? Or will he somehow find a way to weasel out of trouble yet again? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more juicy updates on this ongoing drama. Share your theories about what's going to happen next in this absolutely wild saga. Will justice finally be served, or will he somehow manage to charm his way out of trouble one last time? One thing's for sure, this story is far from over, and honey, I'll be here to spill all the tea as it unfolds. Remember to hit that notification bell, because with the way this story is developing, you won't want to miss a single update. Until next time, keep it classy, stay sassy, and let's watch this drama unfold together.